Today in the studio, I've got a freaking 2-time world champion, Andre Berto. What's cracking?
Yes, sir. What's going on, my guy?
Man, I've been waiting for this interview for a long-ass time.
I know you have.
You in town for the fight? I said, get your ass over here and let's drop a few bombs.
We got to, man. We here.
Dude, if you guys don't know who this dude is, then you ain't into boxing. At ANDREBERTO, just like it sounds, Andre Berto. Go follow his ass. He's also got a YouTube channel where he's dropping lots of content.
Yeah.
You got a freaking, I don't know if I should release, but you know, you got
I got something special that might be coming here soon, man.
You got a possible show coming out, dude. Go check it out on YouTube, the little teaser, the little trailer. Yeah. But mainly, dude's known for being a badass in the ring.
Facts.
2-time welterweight. How heavy's welterweight?
147.
147. Now, let me ask you a question. If I got into boxing,
yeah,
because I weigh like 235, and if I got ripped to shit, I'd probably still be 210, 220.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. Because, dude, listen, one time, because I was like 238, but fat, and I said, man, I'm getting in shape. So for 9 months straight, went to the gym every day. I didn't lose any weight. I got a before and after. I'll show you. 238, but, you know, one's muscle and one was, you know, fluff.
I think you did it right.
So if I'm 230.
If I see you right now, we say you 230, well, how tall are you about?
6'1".
Are you 6'1"?
Fuck yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, when I set up.
I don't know about that.
Wager? Want to wager that watch?
No, I can see. We can do it.
Yeah, 6'1".
Really, 6'1"? I can see you probably.
I'd have to be heavyweight, wouldn't I?
I mean, of course, at the weight that you're at now, but I can see you probably a good 180.
I'd be skinny as
shredded,
a mug,
though. Shredded, though. None of that fluffy shit.
I can't get to 180.
Why you can't, Brad?
Dude, when you, because
Brad, I'm
my
about
bones and my muscle make
Brad. Right
more.
now, I'm about a good 180. Right now, solid.
And when you're fighting it, you go drop to 147.
147.
Yeah, dude, I've been to where I was 8% body fat.
Yeah,
and I was 238.
Really?
Like, I don't know how to get skinnier than that, unless you want me to just be some skinny ass.
No, you should be good.
So, dude, I want to go back and talk about your story a little bit. You know, most of the people listen to this are entrepreneurial. When I met you, we were talking entrepreneur shit.
For sure.
You don't box anymore. That's correct.
It's still like this. You know, I mean, as of right now, they're still trying to pull me in the ring right now. So I still haven't, you know, announced any type of, you know, retirement.
So you're just on hiatus.
I'm just on hiatus and handling this business outside the ring. I think it's, you know, very important that, you know, just us, you know, like as athletes, especially fighters, that we can walk away from the game at a decent age after we've made a lot of money, and you know, and try to do something else. But I think a lot of us feel that this is the only thing that we've known for so long. And it's just tremendously hard to try to branch into something else, or they just don't know what to branch into. And it's, you know, it's a done deal. And I see this cycle over and over and over. You know, just me just coming up in the fight game and me just trying to understand it. And of course, you know, if you've been doing something, I've been boxing since I've been 7 years old. So, yeah, you know, if you've been doing something for this long and that's all that you know, yes, I understand how that can be, but a lot of guys feel like their lives are done after that. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, that's just not me. I just don't understand that part. I feel like this is a tremendous platform. I went to the 2004 Olympic Games. You know, I've been fighting now, you know, pro on the top level for 19 years. You know, fought on the biggest stages around the world. I mean, I have so much, you know, so much platform to use to get to this next level of life. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm excited about, to really show a lot of my guys and a lot of my peers, you know, when it comes to this, you know, this fight fraternity, that, you know, the second stride can be just as good as the first.
Why do you think it's so hard for fighters to transition?
You know, a lot of these guys, you know, we come from the inner cities, like a lot of them just come from the inner cities. You know, great athletes, you know, but a lot of the big business guys behind the scenes, they know what they have, and they just put a lot of these guys in the ring, no knowledge of nothing. go in there and fight, and after the fight, just give them a big check. You understand? At the same time, you know what? A lot of people don't understand and get that boxing, it doesn't have a union. You know what I mean? I mean, you have a lot of different, other industries, basketball, football, whatever the case may be. They bring a lot of people in, accountants, businessmen, to make sure that their investment is protected to a sense. But with boxing, you don't have that at all. Like, it's nothing.
Yeah, you get celebrity, though.
Huh?
You get a level of celebrity you can leverage.
Yeah, but that doesn't come with everybody. You understand?
Not everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't come with a lot of guys. I mean, you take a kid from the hood and you put him in the ring, and you hand him $100,000, you hand him $1 million with no sense of any type of financial literacy. I mean, he's just going to go and try to live the life that he's been seeing on TV all his life. He's never had anything. I want to buy my mama this. I'm going to buy some chains. I'm going to buy some cars. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. And I think the most important thing that I'm really trying to push is the fact that one thing with us is, a lot of us, we have this thing that I feel that a lot of people at these masterminds, like I went to last mastermind when I met him. Now I went to the mastermind, I seen it's a huge stadium full of, entrepreneurs, young kids, or even just businessmen, to come and see, Brad Lee speak, Tony Robbins, all these big guys that they, like aspire to be like in business. And what you guys really do is really try to instill that hard work ethic in them and mentally put them in a certain place to take their businesses to a whole nother level, to have that mentality, to do whatever it takes to get your business and make sure your team is where it needs to be to go to the next level. So when I see that, when I go to these masterminds and I see that, for me, I sit back and say, why is it so hard for us athletes? We already come with that. We come with that already.
That's what I was going to say.
You understand? We come with that already. We come with that mentality to go, and try to be the best that we can be. We have a coach, of course, that guides us. We go through, the game plan with them. We go execute by any means. When I go to these masterminds, that's what you guys are really teaching and pushing and preaching to these entrepreneurs out there to do. Really trying to get their mentality to where it needs to be. Give them that fighter mentality. So I say, at the end of the day, for us, the sport just changes. Say, go to business, the sport just changes, but the mindset should always stay the same. You understand me? So I want to be that person. I definitely want to be the catalyst on really trying to be the example of that. I think, as well, just like us as well, we've always had coaches, throughout our lives. I sat down and really try to put this thing together. I'm like, okay. But we had coaches throughout our lives to help us, put the game plans together to go execute, win the chip. And I think it should be the same thing, when you make that transition. You go and you find you a great mentor, and, to really help you and to really understand the space that you're going to try to attack next and, help put your, like I said, the game plan together. We already have the mentality to go. So, you just got to put the pieces together.
How much luck do you think there is in the game of boxing? Because you put two fighters. I mean, like, again, Ortiz, didn't he knocked you down once, and then you came back, knocked him down.
Yeah. So,
like, see what I mean? Like, how do you, isn't there luck involved? Like, one good night, one good punch?
I mean, when it comes to the fight game, everybody knows, anything can happen. Like a one shot could just finish the night. It doesn't matter how good you are.
What's his name? With Jake Paul.
I knew that was coming.
Tyron Woodley.
Listen, Jake and Tyron Woodley, y'all be killing Jake, man. Jake, I mean, like I say, man, Jake, I think he's a good fighter. Of course, I don't think he's anything great, but, he's playing a different game, Brad, than what we're playing. You know what I mean? The shot he hit Tyron Woodley with, he put him out. That was a shot.
Oh,
yeah, I
dude,
was there.
That was a crack.
That was
crack. But again, all the haters, they showed the video where it's like, watch his fist. And his fist did do this.
It did do that. I seen it.
So I'm thinking like, damn, like number one, was that a freaking
little
dive?
sign? A little sign? Like,
well, yeah, because like, why did he do this?
Coming.
Why did he do this? He did do that.
Yeah, he did. I see.
So like, why? Why would you just do that? Now again, if I'm fighting shit, I might accidentally do something too. But your hand usually doesn't do this.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, dude, I don't know how much they made in that fight, but dude, for enough
he sold
money,
that motherfucker out, man.
Dude, you can hit me in the face for enough money.
Yeah.
One time, sure.
That's a crack.
You ain't gonna kill me.
Bro, he went to sleep, though.
I'll wake up freaking with $10 million.
He went to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I mean, shit, like I said,
have you been to sleep?
No.
What's it? Hey, you put people to sleep. We know that.
Yeah, I definitely do that.
How does it? I was gonna say, how does it feel? But I guess you wouldn't know.
No.
Because to me, it's like, so you just, I mean, all of a sudden I hear crack, and then you wake up, and what happened?
That's what it seems like. It seems like I've seen. I mean, it seems like everybody that's been to sleep, they wake up, and I mean, he did it too that night. I was sitting at ringside. I was like, what happened? They said, man, he got knocked out. It's like, oh shit, that's it.
What do you think between MMA and boxing?
I love both, man. A lot of people, if they know my story, my family's into the MMA. My dad, he fought like in UFC 4.
No shit.
Yeah, and I grew up with my dad, fighting in Japan and Pride, growing up. So that mixed martial arts, that same type of fighting, it was over that way before it came here. So, my brothers, they're mixed martial arts. My sisters, my brothers are national wrestling champions. My sisters are judo champions. So I was in that mix, growing up, but I just went the boxing route, just to be different from everybody else. And, I wasn't with all the kicking and taking down and shit.
Well, if you were to see someone that just wanted to make sure that they could protect themselves if anything popped off, what discipline? Because I've asked that to people, and
really?
A lot of them say just boxing.
Boxing.
But the problem is, man, you get tackled, what you going to do?
Yeah, but boxing, it's hard. I mean, 98% of people, 99% of people, they don't know how to fight, Brad. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they walk up on you. I mean, you'll see the toughest guys, muscles and all that shit. These motherfuckers can't fight at all. So if you got a little bit of technique to your throwing, you put them to sleep, period. You know where to punch, you put them to sleep.
So would a year of boxing get you in a position like that?
Oh, for sure.
So anybody listening that wants to get a little more confidence, man,
anybody listening, if y'all want to get a little bit more confidence and make sure that I mean, it's a different feeling knowing if you walk into a club and you know that, man, I can knock everybody in this bitch out if I wanted to. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how cool he is, how big he is. I know I can knock everybody out in this moment. I mean, it's a different type of feeling.
Unless they know something too.
Well, they better come with it.
Because nowadays, man, you never know who knows what.
Yeah, you're right.
You ever see what's that guy in MMA with the multicolored hair? His name's
oh yeah, I seen that kid. What's his name?
I forget, Sugar Shane or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, like you see him, you wouldn't think anything.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think anything.
Yeah, a little goofball. You look like you want to slap him, but he'll fuck you up.
What about you fought Mayweather?
Yes.
And like, in my opinion, when I see him, it's not an exciting fight because he's just good at not getting punched.
Same thing. When I fought him, went 12 rounds. I chased him all 12.
Doesn't that piss you off?
Hell yeah. I mean, that night, it definitely pissed me off because, when you train 8-9 weeks to, me, I'm a physical fighter. You know what I'm saying? I like to feel contact. And you train 8-9 weeks and you throwing punches at a guy, and he's just make you feel like you in the ring by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Throwing and he's tapping you with these little shots that don't hurt, but it's just annoying. It's like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like a little fly just touching you. I mean, that shit gets annoying, but.
Is he boxing for points?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just depends on who he's in there with. I mean, of course, with me, he couldn't stand there. So, shit, as long as he can get out of each round, rack up the points.
Who's hit you the hardest ever?
Hardest ever.
Like, who do you think, damn, that fool can hit?
Shit, I had a few of them. I think my toughest fight, like I tell people all the time, this kid named David Estrada.
What happened to him?
You know, he after I beat him, I think it was downhill from there. I knocked him out like in the 11th round, but that was like my big introduction, like on HBO, like the young, new hot stud of the network, and they put me in there with an old veteran. I mean, he was a killer. He did not give a damn about all of this hype. Everybody came to see me. We had, stadium full, and he just ran across the ring and just started to try to beat the hell out of me. And in my mind at the time, that's where that mental game came into play. I've always used to hear about, the fight game is, 90% mental, this and that. And yeah, but, I was always just so much talented, man. I go in there and just knock these two guys out pretty easy. But to be in that type of fire and to be able to have a guy hit you with these little bullets and feel like little concrete, like little center blocks on your arms, your shoulders. And finally, I'm hitting a guy that wouldn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He was standing right in the pocket just trying to just beat the hell out of me, man. Shots to my head, my body, my arms. And I really had to go back to the corner like, man, what the fuck? Like, shit, I mean, he didn't get the memo. Like, he didn't get the script. Like, he's really trying to beat me up out here in front of everybody. And that's when I really had to really go into my bag and, just pull out, some other stuff out of the arsenal, man. I really try to work my way and try to finesse the situation. I ended up knocking him out, but in the 11th round. But that was the first fight. And I went back to the dressing room. I looked at my face in the mirror. I've never seen it look different. Swelled up everywhere. It just didn't look like me. Walked in the bathroom, take a piss. Shit looked like I was pissing out cranberry juice.
No kidding.
I was like, wow, they hit me with so many body shots and kidney shots. And that was like, I tell a lot of people, that was like my real introduction to the fight game.
Do you think, and he went downhill from there?
Yeah, after that, because I put it was a nasty beating I put on him.
But do you think if he realized he was that close?
He was that close.
In other words, like, do you think he realized that he was that close?
Nah, because then tell me why you in there. You don't want to show any chink in your arm. And I used to get, that's one thing with me, when I was young, coming up in the game, I really had like an obsession of fighting tough guys and, guys that talk a lot of shit at press conferences, at weigh-ins in your face. But as soon as we get in the ring, really beating that out of them. I would see a guy the first round look confident, and I would just beat him and beat him and beat him round after round after round, and me seeing that expression on his face change every round. Every round, I know that I'm beating the confidence out of him. I know I'm beating the manhood out of him. I see his wife, I see his kids just sitting there front row, everybody that believes in him, but I'm doing something to him that they can't stop. You understand me? They can't stop, and I just see it withering away. And I used to get like a high off of that, just knowing that I really, just beat just that pride out of somebody. It's kind of sickening.
No, that's the killer instinct. It's the mentality you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because when you go to those, first of all, why are you going to these masterminds, these entrepreneur events?
Man,
what makes you go?
Because me, I love to seek information.
I know, but when I first saw you, I'm like, oh, they got him speaking. But you weren't speaking. You were just listening.
I was just there, man. My man, actually, my man Dan Fleyshman, I've known Dan for a long time. The crazy thing about me and Dan, right? Before I got my house in LA, I stayed at W Hotel, a condo. I had a penthouse there. I used to see this guy walk downstairs. I'm like, I used to see him walk with these damn women, like these beautiful ass, like these Instagram girls. I'm like, what the fuck they doing with him? I knew a few of them too. And then, one of my guys, like, man, he got some shit going on up there, like some real, like, Instagram, social media stuff, like he's paying people. And at the time, this is probably, I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I didn't really care too much about social media, of course. I mean, like on the magnitude of leveraging it. I'll use it just to post or whatnot. And then I always see him downstairs at Valet. And then he came up to me like, hey, man, soon if you want to, come up, I got like, situation the one up there. I can show you how to really maximize your social media. I'm just like, I don't know. We'll see. But I was going about my life. And I believe that was the beginning of him with his company, the elevator, right? He has the elevator company, right? Like social media space. Yep. And I never went up there. He used to tell me all the time, like, listen, man, social media. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, I'm living my life. I'm great. Millions of dollars, world champion. I'm running around, partying, having a good time. And of course, over the years, I'm really just seeing how social media and Instagram and everything is really just making such a huge impact, man. And still when I see him now, I'm just like, damn, man, you told me a long time ago. He's like, yep, I did. You know what I mean? But he's the one that that invited me to I come out to the mastermind, and I wanted to check it out, and just taking a lot of the information, man, because like I said, he knows me. He knows that I'm different, from a lot of these other athletes. I'm really trying to show a lot of my guys a different way, or the way it's supposed to be done, or really just trying to be an example of making that successful transition, because you don't see it too much at all.
From athlete to business man, a business person?
At all. And we have so many, and the crazy thing about it is, being an athlete, especially at your prime, we have everybody coming to us, celebrities, businessmen, all these different people that just admire us, because it doesn't matter how much money that they have. They can't do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So they get attracted to it. But to be able to understand that you need to really maximize those relationships and hone those relationships and really start, sitting down with these guys and really start planning some things out, for your future outside of boxing, I think, I think it's very important. So
you just don't think they're aware of it, or nobody's coaching them? What's the problem?
I'm talking like, it's really no reason to really, for a lot of them to feel like they need to think about it. Because a lot of our coaches, it doesn't matter if it's, football, boxing, MMA, it's don't focus on anything but this, which I get it and I understand it, especially with boxing, because, we're risking our lives in there every other day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't focus on number football. Don't focus on number basketball. You got to be the best at what you do. I get it. I understand it. But any off time that you have, you know what I mean? You need to dial in. You have to. Especially, people like us, from our culture, a lot of, we didn't really grow up with any of that, financial literacy at all. All of us, everybody that I know that I grew up with, their credit is fucked up. They don't know anything about, taxes. They don't know anything about, getting bank loans. They don't know anything about, a lot of these things. You know what I'm saying? And so when they come into a lot of money, they come into a lot of fame, to be honest, a lot of that stuff doesn't change. You know what I mean? They're just famous now with a lot of money. You understand me? And once their career is over, and a lot of different bad decisions that they've made, now they're using the rest of their lives trying to climb up, out of that shit, or trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, because when you got a lot of dough, like, dude, it took me a while to learn that.
Yeah,
but when you get a lot of dough, it starts to drain if it's not continually coming in.
Facts.
It's fast. And it's like nobody teaches you how to like invest it to where now more is coming in. It's freaking crazy. You would think they'd teach that shit in schools.
Man, it's crazy. That school shit is terrible.
Hey, so everything you're saying applies to business.
Exactly. I think, that's all me and you, like I said, we speak about it. I think when it comes to, boxing, when it comes to, it correlates with life and business to me.
It does.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So, like, for me, man, I think that's the main way that I can really, will be able to, translate it to a lot of my guys by correlating it to the fight game, because a lot of it is very similar.
Well, I just don't understand how even if you're not even a world champion boxer, like, dude, to be even a professional boxer of any level, you have to have a lot of discipline.
For sure.
And that's really, focus and discipline.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
That's it.
In the business world.
That's
I started multiple companies, should pass 9 figures this year.
You're rich, man.
Well, I mean, dude, I'm a high school dropout. I don't have college degrees.
Yeah.
I am a little bit extra charming than the average.
I don't know.
But, that's learned. Anyone can do that.
Like I say, that's me too.
But at the end of the day, I learned to sell, period. Yeah. So that's my one advantage. Like, if your advantage is knowing how to fight, mine's knowing how to sell.
Yeah.
So I use that to my advantage, and, I look for opportunities, and I'm constantly focused on finding opportunities, which usually are disguised as risk.
For sure.
And most people are afraid of risk.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with what you just said. Like, your coaches want you to focus on boxing so you have a chance.
For sure.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So
it's just a different arena.
Yeah, but you would think those athletes that have that ability could just shift it.
It's hard. I don't know. I mean, it is tough too.
Dude, it's harder to be a boxer than it is a businessman.
Yeah, but it's a little different. It's crazy because I get guys that call me, right? Man, it's crazy, man. I'm trying to do this real estate, man. This shit is taking, man, it's a lot to try to figure out and to try to, finally get a deal done. We get money like this, like, quickly. I go fight, I get a check. You play basketball, you get a check.
You get a check, by the way, in the locker room. Like,
in the locker room.
They walk in and hand you that big old purse.
I fight for $10 million. I'm getting $10 million after the fight. If I go play basketball, my man go play basketball, he getting a check that's going to deposit in the football. It's going to, deposit. Now you're talking about figuring out a deal to try to structure and go through lawyers and go through this and, maybe we'll close in the next 60 days and not. That's a whole different type of process.
Yeah, and you better get a couple of environmental.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Surveys. Make sure you ain't buying something that's going to be worthless.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a completely different process. So a lot of them, they are just not used to it. And it's very frustrating to not get that quick gratification of, man, I've been working hard. I'm in this office. I'm studying about this real estate. I'm working this deal, but now I got to wait for this. And now I got to wait for that. I got to wait for this and that. Like, instead of, going into the gym training and going knock somebody out and get a check. But then again, it's like, he called me with that. I said, okay, man, how long have you been boxing? Good friend of mine. I said, how long have you been boxing? We've been boxing. We've been 7, 8 years old. I said, okay. You went to the Olympics. You turned pro. How many years have you been putting in this work just to be able to perform at a high world-class level to start receiving checks like this? You understand? So if my manager calls you right now and says, hey, Brad, we got a fight coming up if you're a boxer, you're automatically already going to know what to do. I'm going to go in the gym. Okay, I got these 3 days. I know I got to set my diet up. I know I got to do this. I got to know to do that. And I have to dial the fuck in for the next 6 to 8 weeks, and then I get this check. What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? You want to get into real estate, you working a deal, dial in for the next few weeks. Get it done. You want to do, whatever it is, dial in and get it done. You're going to get the reward. You know what I'm saying?
You winning with real estate?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You didn't make the same mistakes.
I didn't make the same mistakes because I was scared. You know what I'm saying? I think, one thing with me, I didn't make a lot of the same, mistakes because of where I come from as well. Of course, my parents being from Haiti, and we came in, like I said, we grew up with nothing, and just me remembering that, not having, school clothes, not having food to eat every day, me having to get a job at 13 to help my parents with the bills and, and all these different things. So that continues to stick with me. It doesn't matter if I'm living somewhere, Beverly Hills, driving Rolls Royces, you know what I mean? Like, even when I got my first couple of checks, automatically it was like, okay, I need to, my business managers, I got to give him this. I got to do this. I got to do this first. Then I go play. You know what I mean? Because it was really like a fear situation for me, not wanting to be able to go back.
Well, coincidentally, that's the trick. I always tell people, if you want to get rich, stay broke. They're like, what do you mean? You get your check, you get rid of it, you play with what's left. Most people get their check, start playing, and live on what's left, and there ain't a lot of it.
For sure.
Especially if you got good taste.
For sure. Facts. Yeah.
Or an entourage.
Yeah.
Or you ain't married and you're running the ladies running around. Yeah. They like those expensive trips.
I did all that, brother. I did all that.
Can you imagine how much? I always say I've spent so much money trying to impress people. If I had it all back, it would be impressive.
Bro, I spent so much money doing dumb shit.
Tables.
Just being young. I got my first million when I was like 21, 22. You know what I mean? Coming out the Olympics, new young hot kid. And I was in the mix of the entertainment of the rappers and the culture. And man, I spent so much money I lived down in Atlanta for a while. I don't know how much. I mean, Magic City has to have at least $1 million of my dollars that I was throwing on these women. They have to.
Going back to, what would be a lesson that you would pass on to somebody that came into new money?
Yeah. To be able to, write down a plan before you got the new money as an athlete, as a fighter, and by any means staying focused enough to stick with it. It's very easy to say this and say that before you get it, because I was like that. I planned my life. You know what I'm saying? So everything I did, I came back from the Olympics, I had a notepad of what was going to happen. And I wrote everything down, and I stuck to the script, for a while. I was working a job at a jewelry store, and I was like, okay, until I get like 10-0, I'm gonna keep this job. Every check that I get, I'm just gonna, put it to the side. And I did that until it got, a little too crazy, and people start coming to the jewelry store just to see me now for pictures and autographs. But then after a while, just sitting around and seeing that money stack up, after a while, man, you kind of want to spend some of it and start playing around. And once you get a taste of that life, it's kind of hard to go back to eating the ramen noodles when you're tasting that caviar. You know what I mean? So I think it's just very important to try to stay focused on the script, no matter what. Stay focused on the script, put a great team together, financial team together, accountants, pay your taxes, please. And just try to stick to the script, man, and everything else will come.
Dude, you got a lot of celebrity friends now.
Yeah, a lot.
Who you got? I know you ain't gonna freaking dish any gossip out there, but like,
no gossip, but I got a lot of people.
I'm sure you've had some stories.
I got some shit that.
What about like shit. I had David Rodriguez in here.
David, okay.
Yeah, he was a heavyweight champion boxer, I guess. David Nino Rodriguez.
I think I know you're talking about.
He was talking about, he went viral on YouTube talking about, Hollywood and their freaking, pedophilia and all the crazy shit that supposedly, happens down there. You go to these Hollywood parties, there's celebrities there, all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because that's not going to happen to most people anyway, going to these, getting that access. But how important do you think, like, networking and access is if you want to make it in business?
It's big time. I think it's everything. Your what they say, your network is your network.
Yeah, your network is your net worth.
Yeah. Your network is your net worth. And I think well,
then you're a billionaire.
Definitely.
You know everybody.
Damn right. I mean that's my thing. Just like you, I'm one of them guys that's real charming, man, and I really want to get around people and really just show them me, my light, outside of the boxing ring as well. But that's tremendously important. I see a lot of people, they have these college degrees, but at the end of the day, man, if you don't know the right people, that shit ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Network, please. That's tremendous. My Rolodex is heavy, and it's respected. I know I can, pick up the phone and call anybody for anything.
Anything.
Business, entertainment, rap, fucking porn movies. It doesn't matter. Serious.
How many people come to you for investing in those things?
Oh, all the time, man.
How do you decide, like, get out of here, dude? Not interested. How do you decide what to invest in?
I've gotten a lot better. I got a lot of, great people, around me.
You run it by people?
Yeah.
No matter who it is?
I try to run it by people, man.
What if it's someone famous, like,
I don't care.
they call you up and they're like, man, I'm getting into this water.
Yeah, but a lot of shit they did was stupid. A lot of it is. And a lot of it is just influencer, driven, to be honest. It doesn't have any real, substance behind it. Doesn't have a real foundation, to it. But, it's kind of like a strike in a bottle sometimes.
What about crypto? You into that?
Yeah, I'm kind of heavy in crypto.
Are you?
Very heavy in crypto and NFTs, heavy.
You got any metaverse real estate?
Not yet. I'm still sitting back trying to, I'm seeing how it's playing out. I don't know if they're trying to play with our minds yet, because I'm trying to figure it out. It's like, are they trying to get us to focus on the metaverse real estate and not on actual real estate so they can buy all the shit up? Or, I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, the whole metaverse, the whole NFT space is going to be, huge. Of course, I've, talked to guys like Gary Vee, all these guys about it, some time ago. And, it's going to be a whole new movement. I hope you locked in. You locked in some of that?
Well, yeah, a little bit, but not as deep as I'd like to get.
Yeah, you got to dive in, brother.
I know people that are making, a shit ton of money selling digital real estate.
Yeah, I made some good money.
And based on what I'm hearing, it's like, you ever play Call of Duty?
Yeah.
So you're in the map, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine that, certain area where everybody goes and fights, but it's online. So there's millions of people running by that particular thing.
Facts.
Now, not at the same time, all in their different little games and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same thing they're running by.
Yeah.
Imagine if you own that. And I came to you and I said, how many people are running by that building every day?
Yeah.
And you say, 30 million people run by that building every day. Now, if I could put up my brand in the middle of that, where now tomorrow morning, 30 million kids running around shooting each other are going to see that.
Yeah.
That's digital real estate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But to me, it's like, unless you're selling kid shit, why do I want a bunch of 12-year-olds, looking at my brand?
Okay, it's almost like them talking shit about, TikTok. Why do I need to do TikTok for a business? A whole bunch of kids on there, but now a lot of big businesses, they understand how important it is.
That's right.
That's
right, because it ain't always 12 years old. And not only that, 12 turned 13, 14, 15,
Facts.
now they're buying shit.
Facts.
So if you're always looking narrow-minded, man, digital real estate, that's stupid. Dude, you're stupid.
You're stupid.
NFTs that have utility attached.
Utility.
Like if I could buy a Andre Berto NFT that got me something real, like any fight you ever go to,
sure.
I'm walking out with you. Even though, hey, I may never fight again.
Facts.
But if I do, whoever gets the gold glove will be in my corner, walk out with me at every fight. Dude, that shit would sell a million of them just in the chance I get to walk out.
That'd be crazy.
You got any NFTs yet?
Not yet. I got a lot of companies reached out to me on it, trying to start some, but I don't think the time is ready yet. I'm trying to figure out if I did it, what kind of utility I add to it, because I understand the space, pretty well. So it has to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to do fine no matter what you do.
I'm trying to, brother. I'm trying to be like Bradley when I grow up. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Trying to make it happen.
I'll switch you.
You going to switch me?
Dude, who's fighting tomorrow?
We have Keith one-time Thurman, out of Tampa, Clearwater, Florida.
Who you think's going to win?
Mario Barrios. A kid named Mario Barrios.
That's who he's fighting?
Yeah.
Why? When you just come to see the fight?
Of course now, I had a few meetings up here. And most of the time, when I'm around, at Showtime, they kind of want that energy. They want want that Berto energy. So
you get free tickets. I was always wondering, like, when you see all the celebs sitting ringside, if they pay for those tickets.
Nah, they don't pay for that shit.
They just want to be able to. There's Andre Berto.
There he goes. There's the man sitting ringside. Yeah, I'm here. Where are you,
dude? You ever get dipshits wanting to fight you because you're a fighter?
Dumb shit. I mean, just when you come to like the Vegas, some shit like that. You walk outside of a club. Man, how old is Berto? Hey, man, shit like that. But I mean, not too often. You don't even want to.
Are you willing to throw down? Or are you smart enough to stay away?
I'll slap somebody. I'm a big slapper. Anybody that knows me, I'll slap the shit out of somebody. Because if you close your fist, it's a weapon. Legally, if I punch Brad in the face with my closed fist, it's like I got a knife and I stabbed him. Legally, that's how it's. Yeah. But if I slap him, I can slap him as hard as I want to slap him. So I slap a motherfucker quick.
And dude, slaps are pretty freaking hard and more embarrassing than a punch.
I'm slapping you till your eardrum is damn bleeding.
Do you get a lot of that though, or no?
Nah, not too much.
Because I never see you with a big, security team.
Nah, they love the kid, man. I don't need that. I've been doing it for a long time. I got a lot of love out here, man.
Not to mention, dude, those security guys ain't cheap.
All that shit. When I was moving around when I was younger, my first world title, same deal. I'm moving around with 10 people, 10, 15 guys. If I'm going to a fight or if I'm fighting and if I don't have the biggest hotel suite in that damn hotel, it's going to be a problem. I'm calling my managers. What's going on? Y'all need to call who? I'm the main event. I don't care who's in there. They got to move. It was like that. It got kind of bad. But all that shit costs, man. All the ladies, all the entourage, all the crazy, requests, man, all that shit costs. And just like you said, after a while, especially when you're done or you're close to that point when you realize, damn, I got all these fucking expenses. I ain't got nothing coming in. That's the shit that kills you.
And it don't matter how much you got.
That's the shit that kills you. You really realize, like, damn, like
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, how much money did he go through?
600.
But he's doing all right now, isn't he?
Yeah,
with that weed deal he made?
He's doing good, man. He's doing the weed shit. He got his podcast. It's doing all right. He's doing.
Oh yeah, his podcast.
Yeah, he got a few different things going on.
I met Mike, hung out with, got the, opportunity to hang out with him for a couple of nights, like some dude I met through this poker thing I did named Shane Warren from Australia. He's like a, celebrity, big time cricket player. Okay. And so I knew him. He knew Mike. I walked in, freaking talked to Shane. Here comes Mike. They're like, let's go out. Oh, man. Shane's like, come on, Brad. So I'm like, fuck, dude, Mike Tyson's right there. So we hung out for a little while, and I was sitting on one side. I'm trying to keep all the autograph seekers away, and I don't even know where this story's going, but he was a nice dude. Man, Mike, like he wasn't a dick at all to anybody.
Mike is a good guy, man. I've known Mike since I was a young kid. I mean, he's a great guy, and I think that's what's, they really just took advantage of him at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, how many vultures start surrounding?
It's too many. It's
in the fight game specifically, or
what? It's crazy. I mean, like I said, that's like people are savages. Like I say, people in general, they love this shit. They love to see somebody get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? They love it. So the person that's ministering that pain, they want to get next to him because Brad can't do it. This other guy over here that got $100 million, he probably can't do it. This other guy, he can't do it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it kind of comes back to the core of being a man. All of us, we got some vibrato about us. A lot of us, we talk shit and we feel like we're this and that because we got money, or another guy feels like he's this and this because his boat is bigger. Whatever the case may be, but to be able to really fight in combat,
kick that ass,
that's something different. You know what I'm saying? That's I mean, so of course, we get some everybody drawn to us. Everybody.
Who do you think is the best fighter of all time Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali.
Of course, I think Ali is probably the best in a sense of, his time and his era. He stood for something, bigger than boxing. You don't see that too often anymore.
I know, but like when people ask me, and I'm not a huge expert on boxing, but I always say Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson he just was different.
Yeah, but he was just
Mike was.
If someone said, well, what happens if Ali and Tyson fought? I think Tyson would have knocked his ass out.
Yeah. And like I said, I grew up in that Tyson, that Tyson era. Tyson was my favorite fighter, growing up for a while because it was something different, bro. When Tyson was fighting, a Tyson fight just was in the house. I mean, you didn't even have to be in the arena. Just being at home in the house with your buddies about to watch this shit. The tension came through the screen. Just how intense it was, bro.
You know him personally?
Yeah.
Next time you see him, say, hey, you remember old Brad Lee? See if he remembers me.
I'm going to call him after
one time. And not only that, dude, like Fitness 19 is what it was called. Now it's something else. But, dude, I walk into the gym. I'm telling my buddies about the Tyson story. They weren't necessarily believing me. He lives in my neighborhood, or used to. I don't know if he's still there. Yeah. They want to go work out with me in the morning. They're from out of town. I said, meet me down here at Fitness 19. Mike Tyson comes walking in all by himself.
Yeah.
Starts working out. They're like, dude, that's Mike Tyson. I said, I know. So I walked by. I ain't real good friends with him, but I hung with him.
Yeah.
I walked by, and I said, hey, what's up, Mike? He goes, what's up, Brad? And my friends went, no way, dude.
No, we got it, Brad.
No way. Dude, you get that famous, man, to where, you like with that tattoo and shit.
That's crazy.
Like when I saw you at when I saw you at Driven, I recognized you.
Yeah.
But like Mike Tyson must get like ridiculous kind of shit. Do you back, especially when you were like in the heat of it, do you ever get that or no?
Yeah, of course we still get a lot of love for it now because I think with me, I was probably one of the first young guys to really come into like HBO with with some crazy hype, the like rappers and everybody, like that whole big thing with the culture. You know what I mean? So, and I seem to forget sometimes. I've been doing this thing for 19 years now. So I get guys, even world champions, like, man, damn, I was watching you when I was, when I was, 15, 17. I'm like, shit, it's crazy. So, I got a long resume, man. So I got some real diehard fans that just been watching me for a long time.
So being the center of that, is it worth it?
Of course, man. I think you just need to, sit back and just understand it. Because I see a lot of people, they beg for it. But once they get it, they, you know what I'm saying? They showing people away. They feel crazy about it.
But you can't eat. Can't eat. You can't go out in public.
Yeah, to a sense. But, you know what I mean? Like, much is given, much is required, too. You know what I mean? You pray for the good shit. But it's going to be some other shit that comes with it, too, now.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Bomb.
That's the truth.
That was a bomb.
Dude, I appreciate you swinging through while you're in town. Folks, if you guys ain't following this dude, you better at Andre Berto on Instagram. Go to his YouTube channel. You dropping content there a lot?
Yeah. I'm starting to get these things going. And, hopefully we sign this big deal here soon. Y'all going to see a lot of me.
And then, dude, we want to see you fight again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily just not fight again and say, oh, yeah, you got to do it one more time so you can announce retirement.
Yeah.
Right after you whoop that ass. Who do you want to fight if you were going to fight?
Man, I don't even know, bro. It's a lot of great. Oh, no.
See, perfect timing.
Jeez. I don't even know, man. I don't know.
You can pick anybody.
Canelo.
Canelo.
Get that good Canelo work in. That one last go.
Dude, is he welterweight?
Nah, he's bigger.
I was gonna say he seems bigger.
He's thick, but we like the same size. Like we look like he's just thick, man.
Would you have to gain weight to fight him or no?
Yeah, you gotta put up weight.
Because you had 2 belts, WBC and IBF, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yep.
So what's he in?
No, those are just a sanctioning body. So like me, I fight. Me at welterweight. I think he's at.
Doesn't he have multiple belts?
He got a shitload. Yeah, he got.
Who's that last dude he just knocked out?
Oh, Caleb Plant.
I don't think he do what hit him on a couple of those.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
If I can arrange that fight, I'm serious. I know someone that knows him. If I can arrange that fight, which I doubt I could, but if I could, would you do it?
Damn right. Get it in. You know what I mean? Get the last hurrah.
How does that, real quick before we go, how does that fight game work? Meaning, if Canelo knows you want to fight him, why won't he fight you? Or is it it's a business thing?
Yeah,
it got to be.
It's a business. It got to make sense.
So are they saying, hey, we want somebody that freaking he can win, or we don't want someone, like, how does it work?
It just depends. Like right now, like, Canelo's in the place right now. I mean, he's beat everybody. So really it's just legacy fights for him. So he fought Caleb Plant. He didn't have to. Like, Caleb Plant had a belt that he needed to become the undisputed champion, the first undisputed champion in that weight class ever. So he's just really just doing monumental legacy fights now that make sense for him to continue just adding to his legacy.
So they're measuring risk and all that.
I mean, shit, if it's a tough guy that has what he needs, he's going to go get it.
Anybody knows Canelo, dude, you heard it here first.
Canelo!
Andre Berto wants to fight you. Hit me in the DM. I'll arrange it. Folks, if you appreciate it, as always, share this shit out and keep it real.
Always love, baby.
Thanks, dog.
Dropping bombs with the real Bradley. Subscribe now.